This is a horror survival guide. Step 1. You know that old joke about how do you get a retard to drown? You tell him to swim? Yeah, don't do that, because then this happens. Nothing to do with survival, but I said in my review, this guy needs his own sitcom. Don't hitchhike. Don't be a complete dickhead and shoot an arrow so close to somebody else you almost impale them. You deserve this. Don't be in a situation where your killer is some sort of contortionist, that they're able to even pull this off. Instead of just standing there like a stupid human being, be sure to do something when a killer is about to attack you, like run away, or try to defend yourself, or try anything. Do not be as stupid as this woman, and even consider that there's maybe a child out in the middle of nowhere in this camp. Say you're on the killer's side. Well, don't have man hands. Thompson Palmer. Friday the 13th Part 2 Survival Guide. Step 1. Don't even try to make sense of how young drowned Jason is now 5 years later, giant big man sack Jason. Step 2. Make sure you move to another country because somehow Jason, either with the sack or with his disgusting face, was able to travel across America to wherever Alice is. Don't lie about your age at casting and say you're 18 and really you're 16. And I grew up my whole life watching these movies and get distracted every time I see Sandra on screen, and then I find out in later years that she lied, and now I feel weird every time I watch this. Step 3. Don't rip off the legendary Mario Bava. 4. As much as I love the character of Vicky, don't just stand there like Marcy did and do nothing when a killer is coming after you. Try to run, defend yourself, roll out of the way Dark Souls style. Whatever step next. Again, don't egregiously, blatantly rip off the great legendary Mario Bava. Step 5. Make sure you have some type of psychology background so that you're able to put Jason into whatever type of mind state he is in here. And step 7, or whatever the final step is, make sure you're this guy, because this douchebag survives. Friday the 13th Part 3 Survival Guide. Step 1. Don't eat all the food in your business or you're not going to have a business for long. Step 2. Don't make all your focus on your 3D effects like wallets being thrown and yo-yos being bounced up and down because acting doesn't matter, right? Step 3. Don't eat a bunch of marijuana for no reason. Step 4. Don't be into gang people. There are consequences. Step 5. Fuck someone uglier than you now and then. Step 6. Don't play stupid, cruel, macabre pranks all the time on your friends so that way when you're actually being murdered, someone will believe you. Step 8. Don't do handstands. Don't just stand in the water and stare at someone who has no similar features or body structure to Shelley and proceed to get speared in the eye. Step 9. Don't be big stoners, people. Everything in moderation. Step 10. Always assume that anybody can throw a knife with insane accuracy at all times. Step 11. Don't throw in a jump scare at the end that makes no damn sense. And final step, if you're on the killer side, make sure after you do a whole bunch of murdering one day, the next day you get nice clean shaven. That way you can do it all over again. And look good. Friday Part 4 Survival Guide. Step 1. Don't change a single thing from this film or you'd be changing the greatest slasher film ever made. Step 2. Don't have sex with this guy who will eventually end up as a rabbi who blabs a lot on Seinfeld. Step 3. Don't be a twin. Step 4. Always consult a 80s technology fake computer. It'll give you all your answers. Step 5. Be damn sure to learn how to dance like Crispin Glover. Step 6. Get the damn corkscrew yourself. Don't cast someone who looks 40 to play Sandra's brother and expect me to believe it. Step 6. Potassium will kill you, see? Step 7. Don't watch what seems like 30 minutes worth of what should be a YouTube Shorts amount of enjoyment of old school peep shows. Step 9. Don't smoke actual pot before filming a scene. Step 10. Don't even try to consider this acting. Step 11. Don't get stabbed in the dick. Don't drop the soap. Step 13. Don't even bother installing doors because they're a non-issue for Jason. Step 14. Never go out in the rain. Step 16. Always assume that there is a large man outside your window who is ready to toss you out onto a car. And the final step, pray daily you have a mother who could love this. Friday the 13th Part 5 Survival Guide. Step 1. Be the best version of Tommy Jarvis. Step 2. Don't have Jason not be Jason. Step 3. Don't put a belt around your head, dumbass. It goes around your waist. Step 4. Don't dance like this. Despite being awesome, you will die. Step 5. Don't use cocaine. It'll always end this way identically. Step 6. Don't wear blue painted hockey masks. Step 7. Have one of the greatest screams of all time. Step 8. I don't know whether I'm terrified of the drugs he must be on to be seeing this shit, or want them. Step 9. Having the same awesome chick from Slumber Party Massacre 2 in your halfway house. Step 10. Never underestimate how terrifying adult onset diabetes can be to a human being. Step 11. Make sure this woman is your best friend in the world. She is amazing, but be prepared to lose a best friend very swiftly. Step 12. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. That's the survival tip. Step 13. If you're burning when you're supposed to Friday, you're going to have a bad time. And the final step, again, know that one man's fear of diabetes can kill over a dozen people. This is the Friday the 13th Part 6 Jason Lives Survival Guide. Just follow these steps. Don't be the inferior Tommy Jarvis. Don't kill Alec Trevelyan. As heavy metal as it may be, don't drive like this with a knife in your head. Always be wary of 3 ways. Do not harm children. Unless they're killer children, then as usual, beat them senseless. Don't be an abstract artist. Don't go into a cemetery at night for any reason unless you have a dead relative with expensive jewelry. Don't be a pussy. Don't ink your face in your own blood to graffiti a tree. Don't severely date your movie. Also, don't leave home without it. Don't stare so deeply into my heart and soul. Don't try to blow yourself with a killer nearby. Don't welcome Jason back like he welcomes back Cotter. Don't you bang Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Give these kids their own podcast. Sing Metallica's Enter Sandman in your head to make Jason go away. Sometimes, dead's better. Speed or don't speed, we are not sure which will aid you in your survival. You can grab a sheriff's gun and not be charged in the slightest. You can twist it, just don't bop it or pull it. And alas, the dead has returned to the living. Return of the Living Dead? Also, don't be the inferior Tommy Jarvis. This is a Friday the 13th Part 7 Weekend at Carrie's Survival Guide. Follow these steps. Clap when this bitch is axed in the face and thrown across the room like a Hail Mary. Consider this not the worst birthday party you've been to. Don't kill your father or you'll end up with a cannibalistic family in a few years. Don't pay Jason to take care of your lawn. He does it all wrong. Poor Mongoloid. Don't steal the mirror from Sadako's videotape before it existed. Have the best looking Jason in your film. I swear she said swing me around faster, exclaimed Jason's attorney. Jason starts doing this shit now, you step up and push that chest out like a puffer fish too. Just give the men your jacket. Of course he chooses the OP Dark Souls weapon. Remember doors? Walls are also not worth the installation when Jason is a thing. Rush up and rip out Jason's spinal cord like you're doing a Mortal Kombat fatality and call it a weekend at Bernie's. Take a picture with your dead tree friend. Don't get your head turned into a chocolate Oreo, quadruple stuffed. This is why you don't want no 1 minute man. Don't let Bernie be the one to control you. Don't. If you look, you turn to stone. Don't decay one bit for over a decade. Having Jack Cracker direct your Friday film. This is a Friday the 13th Part 8 Survival Guide. Just follow these steps. Despite drowning to death as a child due to the lack of swimming abilities, expect Jason to swim to New York with the stamina of 10 Michael Phelpses. Disintegrate your victims in these conveniently placed barrels to keep your New York City murder spree a secret. Don't not call the police or any authorities in fucking New York City when a mass killer breaks through your door like the Kool-Aid guy. Don't show me this ship making it from Camp Crystal Lake to a fucking ocean and expect me to believe it. Don't film Jason Takes Manhattan in Vancouver, excluding one shot. Don't name your ship after a Porcupine Tree song before it was a thing. Don't not call the cops when a mass killer is causing havoc on a crowded subway car. Don't play flying V-shaped guitars. Don't pretend to murder your girlfriend. Don't suck at hide and seek. Don't use a weapon I'm not even sure what it is to kill someone when you have two very sharp items nearby. Fuck them, let them die. Get to a lifeboat. Quickly, don't wait. You remember what I told you about the boats? Give Jason his own billboard rent-free. Krupp you, Officer Krupke. Never go down without a fight, even if your head gets knocked off. Pick a sharper machete that actually causes wounds. Pull main chick through the porthole like Nancy's mom from Nightmare on Elm Street. Don't show us Jason as a totally normal-looking kid and not a disgusting mongoloid who looks like he was fucked worse than a Thai hooker. You might go when you're supposed to Jason, you're gonna have a bad time. Don't pitch whatever idea this was supposed to be if you want a career in film. Jason Goes to Hell, Survival Guide. Just follow these steps. Despite being in normal human bodies, Jason is still able to elbow a person's entire mouth in. Don't force a long slimy black thing into someone's mouth. Don't fuck with Creighton Duke. Don't hate on this film as much. Take out all the Jason stuff and you have a decent body horror film with a lot of flaws. Don't let Kane Hodder call Kane Hodder a pussy. Don't get told fuck you, wait another decade plus. At this point, whatever you want to do. Put the Necronomicon in your Friday film for whatever reason. Don't lie to Creighton Duke. Don't make Jason like a ghost who can only be seen through Sadako's mirror and other reputable mirror owners. Don't place your kill team a mile away where a million things can go wrong along the way. Don't try to explain how this house isn't condemned. Don't try to squeeze yourself through a cage, Wishmaster 2 style. Don't waste a pretty cool looking Jason. Go to the hospital if you have black blood. Oh wait, he's dead. Have mad skills when it comes to keeping on a bath towel while running at full speed and tumbling throughout the forest. Just because no one will give you one of your own, don't ask what the fuck that is like you've never seen a baby in your entire life. Make your undercover agent proceed to get naked and shower to draw out Jason for no reason other than us to see. Overcooking a victim can lead to severe death. You could beat the shit out of a sheriff's deputy and never get charged in the slightest. You can point a gun at a sheriff's deputy and not get charged with attempted murder. Jason X Survival Guide. Follow these steps. Accept the fact that we will never excel as a human race when thousands of years into the future we still have a complete idiot like this guy. Always give time to go on a merry-go-round. Don't be surprised by anything in a Friday film anymore. Don't build an android to fuck it. Don't cry if it isn't your party. Don't defrost the obvious masked homicidal maniac who is likely frozen in the first place for very good reasons. Don't make Kane look sad about going to space. Don't put this insanely stupid shit in your Friday. Don't question how Jason is fooled so easily with simulation, psychology, sweaters, yet stalks and kills like the most brilliant being ever lived. Don't screw your supposed friends by stealing a pod you can't operate and proceed to crash and, well, die. Don't stand a few feet away and watch a murderer who can kill you at any second. Don't try to make me believe that Crystal Lake has a research facility. Kill this guy for thinking the mass murderer of numerous people on board at this point just wants his machete back and will slip away into the moonlight. Make sure to cast the stoner hippie from Harold and Kumar in your Friday. Make your considerably smaller aircraft able to destroy an entire space station and fly away with no problems. Put one of the best kills of the series in your Space Friday. Put one of the most badass Jason looks in your Friday. Put 2 simulations in the film just to add to the body count. See? Told you he fucks that robot. They swore they've done this several times before, exclaimed Jason's attorney. Whoever thought this was a good idea is an absolute genius.